Darkcast Network. The light shines brightest on our indie podcasts.
Hi, this is Kelly.
And this is Jenna.
And you're listening to ODFM.
This episode is One Disorder from Murder.
There's so many disorders.
I know.
We need that big DMR book or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Seriously. Actually, they keep changing shit, so it's best that it's digital. Mm-hmm. They can update it
That's
quicker.
true. They can update it way quicker than having this giant volume.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay. So, this one is a Halloween special.
Mm-hmm. I just love Halloween so much.
For the season.
That sounds Christmassy.
Getting everybody into the mood. Well, they keep showing Christmas commercials for like Home Goods and Michaels and shit. And I'm like, cut it out. We're not there yet.
I'm so not there.
No. One holiday at a time, please.
Yeah.
Don't skip over the good ones.
Let us enjoy Halloween.
Let us enjoy that one. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Here we go. So it was late morning on Sunday, October 31st, 2010.
It is a Halloween one.
Mm-hmm. And 16-year-old Devon Griffin had just gotten home from attending church. Very nice boy. He goes to church on Halloween and everything, right?
Wow. That is dedication.
Right. Well, he sang in the choir, so
he kind of had to.
He kind of had to be there. But still, I mean,
that's pretty.
Still give him extra kudos for that, right?
Absolutely.
He had spent the previous night at his father's house.
Okay.
And he was returning to the house in Oak Harbor, Ohio, where he lived with his mom, his stepdad, his older brother, Derek. And when he got home, the house was really quiet, which was a little weird. But, like I said, he's a 16-year-old. He really didn't think much of it. He just went inside, made a beeline for his room, and started playing video games.
Sounds familiar.
Right? After a few hours, he was like, nobody's making any noise.
Oh, I figured he was like, I'm hungry.
That also
I want some dinner. Where's mom?
Meatloaf.
What are we having for dinner?
Right, exactly.
That's what I get.
So he was like, he emerged from his
his cocoon.
Right.
His cave.
And he thought, God, it's weird that like everyone still seems to be asleep, especially because it's Halloween and like their family typically celebrated, right? So it's like, are we not getting ready? What's going on, right? And like I said, his family was kind of into that thing. So like, all right.
That's
so
weird.
He goes to his parents' bedroom and it appeared they were still in bed with their red quilt, like covering them.
Oh, good color for them.
And he noticed what looked like blood spatter on the walls.
Oh, God. He's like, Halloween prank.
Exactly. That's exactly what he thought was, Halloween prank. He goes to his mother's side of the bed. He's talking to her. She's not answering. He shook her a little. She doesn't move. He pulls back the quilt and sees blood. After it took him a few moments to take in what he was actually looking at, he realized this isn't a prank.
Oh, God. This poor kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he ran outside and called his aunt, who rushed over and called 911.
Oh, poor baby. Oh.
When police arrived, they discovered William and Susan Liske. I think it's Liske, Liske. It could be Liske. Okay. I'm just going to say Liske. We're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
They had both been shot in the head and face.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, no, my head hurts.
It was also apparent that Susan had been sexually assaulted. Yeah, he didn't need to see that either.
No, I'm glad he didn't pull back.
How you didn't. No. Yeah, don't pull it all the way back. No. Police then went to check on Susan's older son, 23-year-old Derek Griffin.
Oh, Derek.
And they found the door to his bedroom locked from the inside.
Uh-oh.
So they kicked it in, and they found him curled up on his bed, facing the wall.
Oh, God.
With an
this feels like Blair Witch.
Obvious head wound.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Like, did he go back to bed? Like, ouch, that hurt.
I don't.
Going back to bed.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So, that part of Blair Witch deaths, that's why I started losing my shit. I was like, no, don't face the wall.
Don't go look at the wall. My dog started doing that the other night because he had an infection. Okay. And, well, the vet's like, did he get into marijuana or something? We're like, no. I went and checked. No, he didn't get into that. But he just staring into the corners. I'm like, stop it. That's creepy. What are you saying? Don't do that. But who knows?
That happened when I lived by myself. Remember my cat, Gabby?
Yes.
And I remember walking past the bathroom and finding her hissing at the mirror. And I was like, please cut that shit out. At herself. And I was like, please don't do that. You're freaking me out.
No.
There's no other adult here to rescue me. So please just cut that shit out. Derek is also dead. So he was 23. William, who went by Bill or sometimes Billy, he had been 53. And Susan was 46 at the time of their murders.
Wow.
Yeah. Immediately, police look. There's no signs of a struggle, no signs of a break-in.
Mm-mm.
But they did find a bloody claw hammer that was consistent with Derek's head wounds in a closet.
Shit. I was thinking he got shot too, but that's bad.
No. Yeah, claw hammer.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. The family, Devon let police know that the family owned several guns. They like to hunt.
Okay.
And they were all seized for testing, but ultimately none of them matched the victim's wounds, right?
Oh.
And they did note that the family's white 2000 Ford F-150 pickup was missing.
Okay, that's a good lead. Yeah, that's a good lead. Okay.
There was also a pond on the Liske family's property. They had like 100 acres. It was in a rural area. They had 100 acres with a pond. Okay. And as they were searching the premises, they found different reports said muddy footprints or muddy footprint. Either way, there was
it was the creature from the deep lagoon.
Yes. There was a deck they said deck. I'm picturing a pier, but whatever. Maybe it was a deck so you could jump into the pond. I'm not really sure. There were no pictures of it.
Sort of. Okay.
So there was a muddy footprint or footprints on that deck. So police had this thought that like, oh, I wonder if the killer tossed the weapon into the pond.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they drained the pond. There were no weapons.
Was there a lagoon creature?
They didn't mention that. I figured that would have been in the report.
Oh, maybe. Unless he was smart and got away.
Right, exactly. Well, then he wouldn't have left footprints, no?
Sure.
How does that work?
Lagoon creatures? They totally, I mean, alligators leave prints. So
I guess that's true.
I would think a lagoon creature would leave prints.
Science.
We'll have to ask them. Yeah. Science. Reality.
Police also had dogs search the property, but they didn't find anything. No weapons, nothing else, right? So sounds like, they have no leads, but they do.
Okay.
Police do have an immediate suspect in mind.
Uh-oh.
They had a long history with Bill Liske's son, 24-year-old William J. Liske.
Oh, no.
There were some places that said he was a junior and some places that they weren't. So, but the younger William, he went by the nickname BJ. So I'm thinking it's Billy J or William J. Liske. So Billy J. So BJ.
Blowjob.
All right, 8-year-old Kelly. I knew I wasn't being able to do that. I have to say his name a lot in this. Are you going to be all right?
Blowjob. Just keep saying it.
I'm going to choke.
All right. I'll quit. Okay. BJ. Okay.
Don't make me choke on BJ. Okay.
You said it.
I know. We're adults. It's cool.
No, we're not.
Okay. BJ. Stop it. He had been on the police's radar since he was 16, back in 2002.
That's a bad sign.
When his father, Bill, had called police to report that BJ, who had been on house arrest at the time, was threatening to harm himself. When officers arrived at the home, BJ attacked them and was charged in juvenile court for assaulting a peace officer.
Have we checked his mental state? Because
we will be.
Oh, that's true.
It's
the name
one
of
disorder.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Don't jump the
I'm
shark
sorry.
here.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
We're talking about BJs.
Oh my God. Okay. So that was when he was 16. Okay. Bill and Susan had gotten married the year before and had tried to create a loving home for Bill's 15-year-old son, BJ. He was 15 at the time. And Susan's two boys, 14-year-old Derek and 7-year-old Devon. So he would have been the oldest of the three.
Right. Okay.
If they were all together, right? It didn't really go well. BJ really resented this whole new family situation.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he's too happy about life in general. So
yeah, specifically, he had it out for his stepmother.
Fun.
I from what I read, it sounded like she was the mom of two boys. So she was like, there's rules where I don't want my house to look like.
Oh God, bless her. I gave up. I gave up.
So she tried to enforce some rules, and that didn't go over.
He didn't like that. Okay.
Right. Soon after the families joined, he started skipping school and acting out, and it
kind of went downhill. Okay.
But he was also 15 at the time, and that's a lot of time. That's around the time when brains are developing and stuff. So
it's a rebellious time anyway. So
so there's a lot going on that created a perfect storm here. So sometimes BJ's behavior was more than the family could handle on their own. So Bill started calling a family friend and neighbor named Mark Gradle for backup. He'd call Mark up and be like, "Hey, come over. It's BJ," or BJ's getting goofy, or
like he physically needed help with him.
Yeah, it sounded like they needed another adult male in the house. And then apparently there were a few times when the teenage Derek had to call Mark for help because Bill and BJ were physically in an altercation, and so he had to call for another male for backup. So this happened like a number of times, right?
Oh.
So the neighbor Mark and Bill sounds like they were good friends.
Yeah.
And Mark said he'd had some serious talks with Bill about his family's safety and was it jeopardized by BJ being in the house. Yeah. But Bill would always tell Mark, BJ won't hurt us. It was his only son. He always looked for the good in him, always tried to just help him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the neighborhood still suffered.
Oh, no.
Many neighbors suspected that BJ was responsible for torturing and killing their pets.
Oh, shit. See, big red flags. Huge. Massive.
Yeah. And Mark, the friend, his own dog was even shot twice with a 22 caliber bullet.
No. Oh, God. Somebody do something.
I'd be like,
intervention,
look, man,
quick. Man.
I can't help you. This is
put him in something.
Far.
Yeah. Oof.
In October 2004, BJ got into a fight with his stepmother, Susan, and punched her in the chest.
Whoa. Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Then 2 months later, in December of that year, he was charged with felonious assault and robbery for hitting his stepmother with a coffee cup and stealing her car keys.
Wow. This kid he's no restraint.
Right. Exactly. At that time, he was found incompetent to stand trial.
Oh, wow.
And
interesting.
The charges were eventually dropped.
Oh, shit. And probably no care given. It
doesn't sound like anything but tough love was given at that point.
No, this is the point where we need major therapy.
It's not right.
Oh, there needs to be more money out there for this.
The next time he attempted to attack, and I don't know when this was, but this was sometime in 2005-ish.
Okay.
He attempted to attack his stepmom while she was in the shower.
Yikes. What the fuck? And that's not even instigating it somehow.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, because obviously she was...
Yeah, she's busy. It's not like there was any fight going on.
And Bill had finally had enough, and BJ was 18, so he kicked him out of the house.
Oh, God. But now at that age, you have no control over
what he's doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Like before, they could have forced him into something, but now.
Exactly. 2 more years go by, and in February of 2006, when BJ was 20 years old, Bill applied and was granted guardianship over his son in court. Yeah. In his application, Bill stated that he wanted to get BJ help and eventually see him in a halfway house or a group home or something.
Yeah.
Now, he did have his mom. I don't know what her role was in his life or if she was living with her, if he was living with her at this time. I don't have any information on that. I just know that his dad, he wasn't allowed to be at his dad's house.
Okay. Well, for good reason.
Yeah, right? So in the petition, Bill said that as long as BJ was taking his meds, he was doing great.
Oh.
But like a lot of people, and I have been guilty of this as well, you'd start to feel okay.
Yep.
And you'd think I
don't need this. Yeah.
I don't need this, right?
All the effects that are negative.
There's so many. I mean,
side effects.
They've come a long way just from meds that I was on in 2010. There's new ones that have less side effects.
Definitely. But still.
Then he would either feel good and start thinking it was cool to drink or smoke pot, which affects those meds.
Of course,
or he would think he was okay, stop taking them, and then start to self-medicate.
It's such a bad cycle.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. And that stuff always made him much, much worse, right?
Oh, kid. I feel for him because it's like
I know.
Not really his fault that he's got this mental illness, but oh my God, somebody's step in and do something.
Exactly. And it's hard if you don't have the right diet, if you don't tell the doctor it's not the right doctor. You don't tell the doctor the right things that they need to hear. Because there's no test. There's no blood test. There's no definitive test, right?
And actually, it's really hard to get the right help at all. Like for my teen, it was really hard to find people that will stick there with them.
Exactly.
And go through shit.
And there's no like, oh, you have this. This is the med you need to be on. There's no system. And if you're on the wrong one, it can make shit worse.
Oh, bad. Yes.
So,
and it's all trial and error. And so it's like, these poor kids, their hormones are screwed up anyway. And then to add meds into it, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Exactly. It can be a hot mess. So I really feel for him. I feel for his dad and the whole family trying to help him. So soon after Bill was awarded guardianship, BJ was hospitalized. And at that time, he was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type. So I had to look that up because I wasn't sure, right?
So you can have schizophrenia and bipolar?
So there's different types of schizophrenia, and some of them have a bipolar
mechanism
special
or whatever.
Add-on. Isn't that nice? Here's your bonus, right?
Here's your bonus. You'll sometimes have mania and you'll sometimes have lows. Right.
So people with schizoaffective disorder experience psychotic symptoms, sometimes hallucinations or delusions. And then when it's diagnosed as bipolar type, then they also have episodes of mania and depression.
Oh, Jesus, add it on.
Right. Because one's
not enough. Like you've got to just tag them all. Let's do this.
Exactly.
Oh, how
buy one, get one free.
Oh, God, that sucks so bad. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Okay. So after he was released from the hospital, BJ went to live in a group home for mental health patients in Sandusky, Ohio. That was about 30 minutes away from where the family lived.
Okay.
And Bill would go visit him there often.
Cool.
But while he was living there, BJ still had at least 3 encounters with police.
Oh, shoot.
At least 3. Including one physical fight between BJ and his dad after Bill had picked him up from the group home.
Oh, no.
So things, I don't know. Again, he could have just not been on the right meds.
Right.
You don't know. And then some of that stuff, like, at least with the things that I have, if they're not paying attention, some of my medication can contradict each other. If they're not aware of everything that's going on. So that makes it extra hard.
I know. It's like chemistry to the degree that you're just trying it out, trial chemistry on your own body. Oh, this poor dad
right?
too. Oh my gosh. Plus maybe his dad's a little triggering for him. So whatever.
Well, exactly. Well, that doesn't help, right? So back to Halloween 2010 when the murders took place, right?
Oh God.
The week before, Bill had taken some vacation time to take BJ deer hunting. He wanted to have some father and son time, right?
Okay.
Which based on his previous history, I don't know that.
Maybe we don't want to do hunting. Some killing
fishing
things.
sounds nice.
Oh,
something without weapons.
Yeah, fishing sounds calm.
Maybe we could just ice skate. I don't know. What can we do?
Can I do this? That's not.
Would you like to go spend some time in a padded room? Let's go hang together. Like what?
Yeah, that's kind of a poor choice, I would think.
I feel
with
like
somebody
that's not the
who's
best.
Violent tendencies, maybe. Yeah,
and they went alone. They went alone. But anyway,
okay.
Obviously, they were okay because this is
because he came back. Yeah,
but Jesus, okay, maybe not the best.
Maybe not guns. Thank you. No.
So anyway, Bill and BJ had gone out to the family's hunting cabin in Carroll County, Ohio, which I looked up. It's about 3 hours away. So it was.
Okay.
I mean,
that's a good jaunt.
He's out in the middle of nowhere with his violent child.
Yeah, with guns.
And with guns.
Yeah.
Yay!
What could go wrong?
Ourselves. What could possibly go wrong, right? They returned to the family's home in Oak Harbor less than 24 hours before the murder. Murders, I should say. Sorry, plural. There were a couple of those.
Dead peeps. Oh,
yeah,
God.
we do have we got a lot of dead people. So they had been on this great father-son hunting trip for a week, and then something obviously went drastically wrong.
Uh-oh. Do you forget to take the meds?
I don't know, man.
Never forget to pack the meds.
That can mess you up too, because your refills can get screwed up and there is not shit you can do about it. And I'm sorry, a lot of them come in 30-day supplies, but not all months are 30 days. So who was the genius that came up with that one?
I know. It's so frustrating. I know.
So rant over. Sorry. They came home that Saturday night. It was a Saturday night before Halloween.
Okay.
And so Bill invited some people over for beer. One of them was the neighbor, Mark Gradle. He was there. He noted that BJ was there, but 23-year-old Derek had not been there, or at least wasn't hanging with them. But that wasn't surprising because he and BJ didn't get along.
Yeah.
Devon was spending the night at his dad's house or whatever, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But when everyone left around midnight, Bill, who had been drinking, decided maybe I shouldn't drive BJ back to the group home in Sandusky.
Oh, gosh.
Otherwise, BJ usually wasn't allowed to spend the night.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good reason to stay sober, maybe to drive your son to the group home because...
right?
Ooh, that's dangerous. Okay.
A bed was made up for him on the couch. So it was kind of like a rare, but everything's gone really well, right?
I mean,
it's been a week. Everybody's been happy. We all hung out. I wonder, it didn't say, but I wonder if BJ had been drinking too.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
That doesn't go well with meds.
It doesn't go with meds. Oh, shoot.
Mark's wife, Michelle Gradle, told police that she heard banging that could have been gunshots around 6:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, but...
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
And then this was surprising. Devon Griffin, Susan's younger son, the one who came home and found this, he actually came home at about 9:30 that morning before church so that he could change his shirt and grab his choir stuff. And he ran into BJ, who was loading something into Bill's white pickup.
Oh, that's a bad... Okay.
Right. And it's unclear whether everyone... had been shot before or after 9:30.
Oh my God. It could have easily been before and he just didn't know. He was going about his day. Oh, right. God.
When he went inside to change his clothes, everybody could have been dead in the house and he had no idea.
Right.
Because he just ran in, changed his shirt, got his stuff. But Devon did tell police that BJ was acting weird. But
how do you...
By weird, I mean uncharacteristically nice.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah, that's a tell.
He asked Devon, what are you doing? How long are you going to be gone? And Devon noted that BJ seemed like happier and more upbeat than he normally seems.
Oh, God.
That he said he was talkative, and he said usually BJ's really quiet and dark and moody.
He enjoyed it. That's creepy to me.
Right. I know, right?
Okay.
All right. So based on all this information and what they saw and the autopsies and everything, police believe that Derek was attacked first. Probably he was asleep facing the wall.
Oh, God.
And BJ hit him with the claw hammer. And they said, according to the coroner's report, his listed cause of death was blunt force trauma and that he most likely died within a few minutes of the first blow.
God, I hope so. So that
hopefully he was just knocked out and never knew what happened, right?
That's awful. Oh.
Next, they believe that BJ shot his father, Bill.
Yeah, that
5 times.
5
head
times.
And face.
Jesus.
At close range. Bill was found with the covers pulled up over him, and it appears that he was shot as he slept. So he also didn't know anything because he probably didn't hear anything from down the hall. Unfortunately, that means Susan was laying right there.
Yeah. What's
and
she
was
doing?
woken up very abruptly.
Yeah.
To this. She was shot 3 times and had a defensive wound to her hand.
And she was raped.
It's right. It's unclear if that happened before or after she was killed.
Oh, God.
Not sure.
Okay.
Their wounds were from a small caliber weapon, likely a .22, but no shell casings were found at the scene. BJ cleaned up after himself.
Wow. And the .22, you said that was used on animals, didn't you?
That's what was used on the neighbor's dog as well.
That's what it was. I was like, I heard you say 22 somewhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
She's like, see, you know your forensics. She's like, I know that.
You said that before.
Uh-huh. The day after, so November 1st, detectives drove out to the family's Carroll County cabin.
Okay, that's a lot of C's.
Right, exactly. Where they found the white pickup truck outside. As police pulled up, BJ was walking out of the cabin, leaned against a post on the porch, and lit a cigarette. Oh. Just cool as a cucumber.
Dude, you could have thought of a better place to go. Just saying.
Right. I don't think he was like in hiding. I think he just
didn't think he did anything wrong, maybe?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay.
So, but they had been told that he was armed and dangerous, so they approached him with guns drawn, and he was arrested with no incident, right? God. Blood and a .22 caliber rifle were found in the pickup.
Okay, that's pretty damning.
DNA from all 3 victims were found on his clothes.
Oh, shit. No, he didn't change.
No. There was an uneaten Subway sandwich on the counter in the cabin. So,
I mean, got some food.
These things make you hungry.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Right? Police did obtain footage of BJ purchasing it at a local Subway restaurant, and there was absolutely nothing to say. Like, this did not look like a guy who was on the run or was nervous or felt weird or remorse or like my life's falling apart. Yeah. The guys in The Hangover looked more stressed out. You know what I mean? Like this was
such a good show.
This was nothing, right?
This is not okay.
Yeah, so there was nothing to say, hey, this is someone who just murdered 3 family members hours before, right?
Holy shit.
Oh,
obviously some mental problems.
Oh, right. In a recorded jail phone call between BJ and his mother, she asked him, BJ, how could you? And he answers, I wasn't in my right mind. And then real quickly goes, Mom, I can't talk about this anymore. Okay.
So he's sorry. He knows he did something wrong.
Right. He don't want to think about it. I can't talk about this right now.
Okay.
Shortly after that phone call, he pled guilty to 3 counts of aggravated murder to save himself from the death penalty.
God, Devon is so lucky, like in some way.
That he wasn't there, but then he also had to...
Or that he didn't shoot him when he came to change clothes.
Oh, God, I didn't even think about that.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, go ahead, change clothes, and follows him in there or something.
I'm so surprised he didn't. Holy shit.
Seriously.
Anyway.
Oh, my God. So, he didn't go to court because he was like, I plead guilty to everything. So he received 3 life sentences without parole.
Wow. Okay.
And so that must have been around 2011 because this was the end of 2010, right?
Okay.
In 2015, he was found dead in his jail cell from a self-inflicted wound.
Oh, shit. So I was just going to say he's probably not getting any of the mental health care he needs there. So it's like...
Obviously.
Yeah.
So, or
way
maybe
worse.
he... I don't know. I don't know. Can you get meds in jail? I don't know how that works.
You can, but... Who knows whether they monitor it well. A lot of them sell their meds.
This is true. But if he was and he was on them and he wasn't able to drink or smoke pot, then reality would really
that's true.
Like,
mess you up.
God, what have I done?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is the story of the 16-year-old who thought that he came home to a Halloween prank. And instead,
that'd mess your world up.
I know.
It already was because that.
I know. So
they
got married. He was 7 when they got married, right? And by the time he was 17, it was
10 years of watching this.
God,
happen. Oh my God, this poor kid.
It's awful, just awful. So.
You're welcome for bringing us even more down. Jesus, season 9. We're going through all the
God, right? Well, it's It's the mental health season, isn't it?
It is. So maybe that's why.
Self-care is important.
Self-care, people. Lots of hot baths, please.
Right? Would you like to know? Well, I mean, I am doing my...
Yes, your green tea.
I'm doing my green tea, and my coffee makes me feel less murdery.
And
so
I'm
that's
doing
self-care.
Pineapple
right?
vodka and seltzer water. So...
Whatever kind of self-care you need, man. Whatever kind of
self-medicating on top of my medication. Oh God, don't do that. Okay. Oh, gosh. Anyway, okay. Yes.
Would you like to hear my sources? Okay.
Please.
So I have the Sandusky Register. I have the Alliance Review, which is at thereview.com, medium.com.
Yes.
Oxygen.com. The Mystique at medium.com, which apparently was separate than the other one. So I listened to both just to be safe. And one of my favorites, because we always get the good stories from there, thedailymail.co.uk.
Oh, they're great. Yes.
Oh, and I'm sure I Googled something in Wikipedia.
I was going to say, you've got to have Wikipedia in there. Just, it's always
I used Google Maps to see how far away the cabin was from the house. Do I need to source that too, just in case?
Source that.
I just wanted to know. I'm like,
cover all my bases.
How far out was that?
That's interesting. I say we start doing the... Google Earth so we can see where all these houses are and stuff and images.
I like that. Yeah, seriously.
Holy shit. Good story.
Yeah.
Oof,
so that was
disturbing.
I was like, okay, what's happened on Halloween? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a Halloween one.
Yeah. And it wasn't even really intentional to be Halloween-y, I don't think. Like it just happened to be that day. But it turned into that.
Yikes.
Hey Oddies, thanks for listening to another episode of ODFM. If you're a longtime listener, hey, we cannot thank you enough for your continued support. And if you're a new listener, thanks for giving us a try. If you like us, please drop us a like, subscribe, or rate us so we can share our stories with more people around the world. And if you'd like more information, like links to our podcast and socials, along with our Patreon fan page, those links are all on Linktree under ODFM Podcast. That's linktr.ee/ODFM Podcast. Side note, you guys, we're obsessed with fan art, and we love making things with it, like stickers for our fans. So if you'd like us to use your designs, send it to us at odfmpodcast@gmail.com. And if we use your design, we'll be sure to send you a sticker.
Thanks for listening to another episode of ODFM, hosted by Kelly DeVries and Jenna Swanson. Production and editing by Kelly DeVries. Theme music by Eric Swanson. ODFM is a satirical true crime podcast for entertainment purposes only. The stories you hear are serious and true. The comments and opinions are not. We apologize if any of our content is harmful or disrespectful.